Hello everyone, this is Mrs. GeoGebra. I'm going to show you guys how to draw a picture of complementary angles. Okay, so to start drawing complementary angles, we first want to start with the outer angle. And what we're going to use is angle with given size, this tool that says angle with given size. Okay, so start there. All you have to do is start by clicking point A, point B, and once you do that, it's going to come up with a dialog box to ask you what size angle you want. Doesn't delete very well. And it by default starts with 45. We want to do complementary angles, which add to 90 degrees. So you're going to type in 90 degrees. I like leaving it counterclockwise because that's going to go A, then B, and my third point's going to be up here because that's the counterclockwise direction. If I clicked clockwise, it would put point C somewhere down there. All right, so then I click OK. And what you're noticing is it looks a little bit different than a lot of the other angles we've done. They don't actually put in the rays, the side lines, more or less. I guess technically they're rays, but you don't see the side edges of your angle. So what you have to do is put those in manually. You could use a ray, or you could use a segment if you wanted to. That would work more or less the same. So go ahead and add the side segments or rays to your angle. Now personally, my preference, I feel like there's a lot of extra labeling that GeoGebra does kind of by default. So I'm going to go back to my select tool and I'm going to select this portion, and I don't really need to know that they're calling that segment F. So I'm just going to hide that piece. I'm going to do the same thing the other side of my angle. Here I'm going to click hidden. I like that it tells me the measurement of this angle, that it's exactly 90 degrees. I don't really need to know that they're calling it alpha. Okay, that's a Greek letter alpha. So again, here I might just say the value. Okay, and maybe I might want to tuck that over here for now. Notice how I'm moving things around with the select tool or the move tool. Technically the move tool, I guess. So now I've created my 90-degree angle. To make complementary angles, I need some extra I need some more angles here kind of in the interior of this right angle that I've created. So I like to kind of use a segment. You could use a ray, and I'm going to add that piece there. Okay, again, I don't really need to know that it's called H, but I do like here that I can move that around. Notice how I made sure that it was going through that intersection point of the two original sides of the angle. So now what I want to do is I really want to understand that these two measurements have to add up to 90, the two measurements of those angles. So I'm going to go back to the angle tool. I'm going to try and click my dots in a counterclockwise direction so that I get the interior of this angle. So counterclockwise for me is going to be A, B, C to get that interior bit. Okay, so you can move that up and out of the way. If I want to do the other angle here, make sure again I'm on angle C, B, and A prime, and that goes there. Now sometimes I feel like these extra bits of precision, these extra numbers after the decimal point, are a bit distracting. So what you can do is you can change the rounding. Okay, that's in your original settings here, and then go to rounding 0. Okay, that's a little bit easier for us to see what's kind of going on here. I also think a little bit of color might be helpful. So if I click on one of my angles, again, just the value is fine, but maybe I want to make that one pink. Okay, I click on the second angle that I did. Make sure you're clicking on the right thing. That'll do it. And maybe I want to make that one blue. And again, I think just a value is fine. So what's neat about software is that now we can take and grab this point C and we can move it around, and the measurements of those angles change accordingly as I manipulate this line segment. Okay, a lot of us maybe have heard if you cut it right in half, now you're bisecting that angle, now you have a 45 and a 45-degree angle, making 90. But what you should always see, the main point here, folks, is that these two angles, in my case the blue and the pink, add up to 90. Okay, that is the definition of two complementary angles. You can have more than one to make complementary, but in this case I have two angles, and together their sum makes 90. Okay, that's the definition of complementary. All right, I think that should finish us up here. If you have any other questions, do let me know. Have a good day.